I'm Jacob Anderson.
And we have arrived!
We're on the Carnival Paradise in Tampa Bay, Florida. We are on our cruise to Key West and Cuba.
Yes, we're very excited. It's our first time in Cuba, our first time in Key West, and our second time on our Carnival cruise.
And our first time vlogging.
Yes, so forgive us, please. It's not going to be great.
We've been traveling pretty extensively for about 2 years now, and we finally wanted to make the jump to share our experience with our friends and family and everyone else who's willing to watch us.
And hopefully this will inspire some of our friends and family to come with us on future trips. It's nice. We have a window. That's so exciting. But before we set sail, see, look at this. Yay! A window. I think the window is going to make kind of a big difference for this one. Just having the light during the day and also being able to just see what all is happening out inside of the world. Less like a cave. But I think that's it. Talk about why we decided to come to Cuba and why we decided to take a cruise to Cuba.
We had been thinking about coming to Cuba for quite a while now. It's a country with a lot of history, a lot of culture that Americans haven't really been able to experience since the 50s when the embargo was put in place. But within the past few years, it's become a lot easier for Americans. So as American citizens, to travel to Cuba, there's a list of 12 reasons that we can visit the country.
Hey guys, so after we went on our trip to Cuba, things changed. We originally were able to travel to Cuba from the US on a cruise, but since June 5th, less than a week after we took our cruise, the travel restrictions have gotten even more strict, and we wanted to explain those to you so that you understand how you can travel to Cuba now.
So one of the reasons that we had gone on a cruise to Cuba is that basically the cruise line takes care of all of your travel requirements, all of the visa, the health insurance, making sure that we were complying with all the US regulations to go to Cuba. But right when we got back, we were basically one of the last cruises to be able to take advantage of those regulations. The US government decided to get rid of the group people-to-people interaction allowance for allowing Americans into the country, and with that they banned all cruise lines from sailing to Cuba. So we got really lucky on our trip. One of the reasons that we had chosen to go to Cuba when we did is that we thought there was always a chance that the US government would impose stricter travel restrictions. It had just been within the past few years that Americans were allowed to start traveling to Cuba more freely, but then that became a little bit in question with the current government. It's still legal for Americans to go to Cuba, but it is much more difficult now. You can't do the kind of group activities like what we did. They still allow people to people from what I understand, but it has to be a much more kind of personal interaction, not kind of the group led tours that we went on.
So we recommend doing some online research if you guys are really interested in traveling to Cuba now. There do still seem to be some companies who are providing a way to travel to Cuba, even if it is not through a cruise line. So if you are planning on going to Cuba, do some research and see if there's a way for you to still be able to do that, which we really hope that these things change. We really did enjoy our time in Cuba, and would be sad if we never had the opportunity to go back. So hopefully the travel restrictions for Americans will change, or we'll find a way to be able to travel again sometime.
But until then, I hope you continue watching the rest of our videos, including seeing our video through Havana. We did have an excellent time, so I hope you hit the subscribe so you don't miss that video.
Definitely.
And we will see you next time.
Bye.